I'm really excited to talk about this, Steve, because I think this is possibly one of the strongest lineups, certainly the top two. ART for 2022. They've got Theo Pourchaire, who is, I've described in the past as the French coming of Jesus, the way he's spoken about and has been spoken about. And Frederik Vesti, who, similar to Novalat last year, Mr. Consistent, just turning the points through. Josh, that's a really good lineup.
Porsche's going to win the title. And that's coming straight out of the box with that one. Like, I think, someone talked about someone mentioned that the sort of Sauber establishment look at him as the next Prost. There's not a hell of a lot wrong with that assessment. Like, he is, I think Monaco last year sort of cemented like this kid's potential, remembering how young he is. And I think as well as that, the racecraft of his kind of almost in a way understates his actual pace, similar to Prost in a way. There'll be people that'll be like, really, what are you talking about, Josh? Well, all I'll say is this: he's almost certainly going to be an Alfa Romeo next year. That's almost a given. And we're going to see then and there whether or not this kid has it. But for this year alone, we saw what he could do last year, save for a couple of issues that, with either injury or, unreliability, ART not quite being there. But this year, I think, it'll start to come for him. All the ingredients will start to fall into place. ART may just provide a strong enough car for him. But as we saw in the first half of last year for F2, there were drivers who were in it for quite a long time, despite, their mishaps. And Joe, just based on consistency, was in that title fight for a long time. So, yeah, Theo, yeah, for me is going to be the champ. As for Vesti, we know how ART are with their drivers. Whoever's drowning by the second round is going to go into the doghouse. So sorry for Vesti. But yeah, it was nice knowing you, kid. I'll say that much.
Loris, do you think it's going to be a case of the ART curse of the second seat, with presumably at this point Vesti being forgotten, or do you think both of the drivers have a fair shot at the championship?
No, I think it always has been a case of the second ART seat curse, and it will definitely be Vesti. Pourchaire has the Vasseur Sauber ART link, so he's going to be their main guy for sure. And it's also crazy that I think he's the youngest driver, or almost the youngest driver on the grid, and like everyone I talk to sees him as the main championship contender. And we all supposed to think that's normal, but it's not, But this kid is used to winning. He's winning. He won in every category he drove. He didn't win the categories all, but he won in F3. He finished runner-up, I think. He won ADAC F4, which was also a crazy, crazy year. Was he driving Hauger? Yeah, I think he was driving against Hauger then.
Yeah.
But that was an awesome year, by the way. Everybody who, just look it up on YouTube. It was crazy. I think Pourchaire is definitely going to win this year, and he's definitely, like Josh said, going to Alfa Romeo. No doubt about it next year.